Hello, everyone. Maria. I don't know if these notifications are going to go out or not. And Maria, I seen your email earlier about your domestic violence story. So I will include that on the midweek. But I haven't had a chance to reply to it yet. Like, obviously, you'll probably be in chat and stuff. But just whenever you send me the email that has the whole like written out, don't include the abuser's name. Just randomly make up a name or something to use in the place. I figured that way it'll be best until you decide to come up on panel. Says two people are in here, so hello to whoever I can't see. Hey, who cares? Well, first of all, I do. That's the reason that I do this channel. And if you want to come up on panel and tell your story, you are more than welcome to. If you're not ready for that, then I mean, totally understandable as well. But this channel is all about telling your story. Everybody, because somebody else's story can help many people. Hey, Gator. What you doing today? I'm going to put the link down here in chat. That way, if anybody wants to come up, y'all can. I still have so much information that I have to put out on this topic. But I've got some information on like gambling addiction, and I'm not really sure how YouTube is going to support the whole porn addiction and stuff like that. So I haven't been able to put really anything out on that. Well, you are more than welcome to come up on panel and tell your story. I mean, the lives usually do get a lot of views after the fact. I mean, it's still growing, you know, the whole new channel issues, but um, you are more than welcome to tell your story here, and I can guarantee you people will listen to it. Um, Regular lives, yes, but not like specific times because of my work schedule plus home life and all that. I do a live on the weekends that cover the topic that I have posted the little videos about throughout the week, which today is substance abuse and addiction, and the videos this week have been on that. Now, midweek, I'm holding a live, and each week will have the previous week added to it. So, like midweek next week will be domestic violence, bullies, and substance abuse. And those are just random chats. Say, Gator, drop your link if you can get to it. Love you too, Gator. Take it easy. You need that rest. You really do. That's very courageous. Who cares? I'm very glad that you're on the good end of your story now. Like it takes a lot to get us to the good end, and every struggle counts. Every struggle can really help other people as long as we're willing to talk about it. And for the addiction thing, I've had trouble with that because not me personally, but I grew up watching my cousins and uncles and all kinds of family and friends struggling with it. But I was one of those that I seen so much of it that I totally went the other way. And I do smoke cigarettes, but I barely ever even drink a beer. And I had my weed card and maybe went to the dispensary twice. Like it just wasn't for me. So when I started doing all these videos, it's like it's a struggle because I know there's so much information out there that can help people, but I personally don't know what information is needed that actually helps, if that makes sense. So I was just putting out some random videos and stuff and hoping that somebody would comment and be like, hey, talk about this, and kind of leading me, which apparently that didn't happen. So I don't know if it's because people just don't think I might have the time to get into it, which I obviously do have the time for it, or that I was actually going in the right direction with the videos. I'm still kind of stuck on wondering. But anxiety with the substance abuse is actually something that I have come across a lot in the research that I have been doing. And every substance abuse treatment, it always is advises to get assistance for the anxiety that goes with it. That's good. I'm glad you're getting past that. Hey.com. Yeah, who cares? See, I believe in it too. Like, I have no problem with it at all. And I have MS and plus anxiety and chronic pain and like just a lot of different things like that health wise. And I don't know. I personally just, I couldn't get into it. But I do believe in its medical properties and stuff a lot with the other um, herbs and even stones and stuff like that. Hey, October. I'm going to drop the link again in case anybody wants to come up. I mean, if you want to talk about your story, it doesn't have to be you personally. It can be living with a spouse, or how you helped your brother or sister, or growing up in a home that abuses. There's so many different sides to substance abuse, and every single side is important to talk about. And Gator, I'm going to do a week on that. Um, this next week, I am totally lightening it up a little bit, though. That poll that I did, everybody was talking about like ancient forms of medicines and stuff. And there's a lot of like torture and stuff that was included in that. So I guess I can't really say kind of lightening it up, but there's a lot of good stuff that come from it that we still use today. And there is a lot of the torture and stuff that went to it that we learned not to use. So it kind of goes, I think it'll be a good week going back and forth from the light side to the darker side of that. So it should be a little bit of kind of everything. But as far as BPD, I am actually planning on doing a week of that. So we will be getting the awareness out to it. See, I pay attention to my community. And anybody that has any suggestions or anything for the week of subtopics to a certain topic and then the live after, you can comment any ideas on any videos. Well, we are all glad to have you here. Who cares? You are more than welcome. And the only thing that I ask on this channel is just be you. Like, you know, there's a lot of people that go around and they want to portray themselves as whatever. This channel is about helping. And if you ever need any assistance, you can find my email literally on like almost every video and on my about page. So you can reach out to me at any time. Yes, Gator. Yeah, you know I was going to pull you up on panel for that. I wasn't even going to ask you. I was just going to tell you. See, that's how I roll now. But yeah, seriously. Um, on the week that I do the subtopics to that topic, you can totally tell me like just what to research, like the um the statistics, and you know, of course, statistics going to be a part of a video, but you can tell me like in what angle to take the subtopics, and then when we do the live, you can, yeah, you see, anybody like that, if there is anything that um you want brung awareness to, all you have to do is literally just put it in a comment or email me or tell me in another chat or whatever, and I will totally designate a whole week to it. And I don't care if it's that month for it or whatever. Like, I don't wait around for those calendar designated times to talk about a topic. My grandkids going like wild apes in there. It's cute though. I actually enjoy hearing them play. So anybody want to talk about substance abuse? If not, I'll tell a little bit about what I grew up watching. I will definitely take notes on that. Who cares? And if I can find enough information on it, because the information I find, I don't just, you know, Google it and accept it as truth. I actually do the research and stuff behind it as well. So if I can find enough information on that that would be beneficial for like a whole week, then yes, I will totally do a whole week. If not, I will put out as many videos as I can on that, because that is something that I've noticed going around a lot. And they're mixing it with like everything. We had a human trafficking bust right across the street from where I work, and they seized like $40,000 in processed marijuana and so much more that was unprocessed. And they found that mixed in that. So now this whole town is on edge because apparently they were one of the biggest suppliers, and not only to just personal but to dispensaries as well, and they were mixing that. So yeah, I will definitely do a few videos on that. Grab my pen and write it down so I don't forget. Do y'all hear the grandkids in the back? Is it making like an echo or anything? Social Security, disability benefits. Yeah. On some of the statistics and stuff that I come across, it doesn't matter what the cause is. There are so many deaths related. Like those numbers always stay super high. Yeah, they're okay. If they get too loud, I can always tell them to go into another room or something, but unfortunately the little playroom is just literally right outside my room. But okay, what about the Social Security benefits? I feel like I have missed something with this scrolling. Oh, oh, okay. You was explaining the SSBD. Yeah, that's what I had thought it was, but then yeah, I see a question that confused me for a moment. Yeah, and in that age bracket, I actually seen some of them as low as 13 years old. I don't know the like the base of the surveys and studies that was done for those statistics that I had come across, but yeah, 13 was the youngest that was reported on. It doesn't mean that there wasn't younger, but I seen a story where a 13-year-old had gotten into a family member's stash, and yeah, it went really bad really quick. There's so much stuff we have to protect our kids from. Yeah, and drug use is taking over. Like before I would be able to just look up some statistics on, random things that you wouldn't even think had anything to do with drug use. And now I'm actually seeing the like little survey slot or whatever, um, asking about drug use and overdoses and bad reactions to certain things. And you kind of expect it when it comes to like domestic violence or even bullying and stuff like that. But just like random everyday topics, they're throwing the drug abuse stuff into it, which I mean, it's good. It's bringing more awareness to it. But yeah, like I don't know how we as a society got to where we are. Hang on just a second. I'm gonna go tell them to put on a movie or something. Oh my gosh. My granddaughter wanted the dog out of the kennel for a little bit so her brother could get in it. It was her idea, not his. I've heard that a lot too. Um, who cares? Because it's good that you know your limit, like what you can handle and what you can't. Because I was looking up some stuff about recovery and a lot of the oh hey Sarah. Um a lot of the relapse is because people continue to go and do the same things that they were doing before in hopes that they're strong enough. And coming right out of recovery, you have so much strength and courage because you went into recovery. But those people on the outside of recovery, I mean, they're losing money, they're whatever. They're gonna keep trying to take people back in. It's just a tug of war. But I am so glad that you got to the other side of that. Like, that is amazing. I can't wait to hear your story one of these days. So, a little bit about why the drug abuse and addiction is important to me is because growing up, and I mean, I can remember back to being 3 or 4 years old. I don't have solid memories of that time, of course, but memories of being older and having the same memory kind of relates back to me remembering, it starting really young. My cousin would always keep his beer in his boots. And then whenever somebody would walk in the room, he would like pick me up and set me on his boots, which was always sitting right beside him. And I was young enough that he would tell me, I can play like I'm riding a horse, or he would have little toys and stuff sitting around so he could keep my hands occupied so I wouldn't go digging in his boots. But he was using me to cover up his alcohol problem that he had at home. And I didn't know it then, obviously, but growing up and seeing it happen with my cousins into drugs, I've had cousins hide their stash in my dresser. I had one cousin hide his stash in my school locker that actually got me suspended until they went back and looked on those old timey cameras and stuff to make sure that, I wasn't the one that put it in there or whatever. So I've had drug abuse and addiction issues surrounding me my whole life. Exactly, as a shield. Like I was his shield. And I actually seen him. He's a lot older than me. He's like probably about 23, 24 years older than me. I actually seen him the other day and he was clean. Like he actually sobered up and stuff. So I mean, his story, yeah, it was a success story, but the damage that he did to people that didn't even know they were being damaged by it, like that's the whole core issue for me because I don't personally have the addictions. So the whole core of it is the fact that I was used to cover up something, and I feel still to this day feel so guilty that I didn't tell on them. I was kind of always a little tattletale anyway. Somebody stole my toy or whatever, but I was literally the baby of the family, and everybody's so much older than me. So I keep thinking, why didn't I just tell? It wasn't my place to tell at 5, 6, 7 years old. But that has stayed in my mind this whole time. It's just like, why did I not know to tell? And so that's like the important thing of bringing the awareness out so that kids know they can tell, that it is okay to tell. And my stepdad, he was always popping pills. He was truck driver, so he was like always popping pills to stay awake. And it confuses kids because of the simple fact I was around my grandmother all the time, and she had her heart medicines and, her water pill and potassium and, medical pills that she had to take daily to survive. And I would see her taking these pills, and I never once questioned her. Never. I never felt the need to question her. But then I would see my stepdad popping these pills, and I always felt the need to question him. And I'm talking like 9, 10 years old. And we was like in a really little town. Like basically it was just all my cousins that was the druggies and supplying it for the town. But as a kid, that really messes with you because you see people taking medicines that they need to, and it is for them to survive. And then you just randomly see other people taking pills, and even as a kid, something's off. And I'm hoping, if anything, that I can bring awareness to kids that it's okay to speak up. It's okay to question it. Because if I would have questioned it way back then, I've lost a couple of cousins and stuff due to drugs. Maybe they would still be here. So that's like my core base of the substance abuse and addiction. I'm gonna drop the link again if anybody wants to come up. But if there's any other information that I need to put out for this topic before I start the next one, um, if you've seen any of the little videos and stuff that I've already done on this topic, you can comment under them at what topic or subtopic you think would go with that one, and I will totally research and just randomly drop more videos about this because this one has been really hard for me. Like I only have one aspect of it, and I don't honestly know what information is out there that will help somebody. kind of sucks on my part. I admit it. I'm so sorry. But, there's some things that, we know about, but we don't know about. And this just happens to be one of those for me. With the domestic violence, I was able to do those videos no problem because I knew at least what had helped me or whatever. But this is a hard topic. Thank you, Sarah. And I do have this number right here, the going across the screen is the 800 number on the TTY line for SAMHSA. If anybody is needing information, and they have more information than just substance abuse, of course. They, I think, pretty much cover everything. And then for kids, it's like kind of a preventative program. I think they send out stuff that kids can use in school. Um, I think you can get like posters and stuff from them to hang up in an office or a school or whatever. They have a lot of good resources there. Sarah Sane was in here at the very beginning before the start, and she said that she is doing okay. Um, she was having troubles last night. She was like struggling. She had missed her meal at work, and that family store that she also works at, well, it's like a family store, but it has like a little restaurant, like a little laundromat or something on the side of it. Um, she had got into it with one of her family members, so they wouldn't even feed her last night. And so she said today that she's doing okay, and she was at work. So I don't know. Her situation is still really tough. I'm still trying to help her get that money for the deposits and stuff. I think what I'm going to end up probably doing is just going to my boss and getting a payout because her situation is getting a lot worse. Even though, I mean, I can't really say it's getting a lot worse. It is because she's getting more and more competition for that apartment and stuff. And they're wanting to cut down her work hours because they just hired someone else. But she's fighting that, and she's been there for a while, so she does kind of have seniority over that. But yeah, I was actually talking with her last night. She was saying how thankful that she was that substance abuse and stuff like that wasn't like a part of her issue, that would totally put her over the edge and that she wouldn't be able to deal with it. And she said that she was going to send me some resources from the hospital that I could post as well for the substance abuse. It really is hard for her. And I mean, apart from that, just the whole aspect of her being trans, apparently in that town it's um not very well accepted, and she totally passes. Like, she has no issue. Nobody ever questions her as a female, but she still worries that her ex is going to do something that's going to bring her being trans into a huge other issue. And now with her family issue, and from what she said, it's nothing that like she did um, that would turn them against her. It's more like her ex is getting his hands on her family's brain, basically. And he's trying to have them convince her to help him, like, get a lawyer or whatever, to fight some of the charges from where he put her in the hospital. And I guess her family is, very traditional and thinks she should stand by her man. And even though they do let her work there and eat there and whatever, for the most part, it's just another battle for her. So on her case, my goal is just to get her that apartment. I have everything else set up for her. Like, I've been working on that behind the scenes. Like, I've got more people up in that area that's willing to donate furniture, sheets, curtains, plates, like just different things to make the house a home. But it's just a matter of waiting for her to get that apartment. And that's very true. Who cares? Nobody can recover the same. They they have so many different treatments and stuff. And I've also known a few people that didn't use any type of treatment. They just did it on their own. And it's very hard. And then you get into the whole aspect of people, family, friends, they get tired of, seeing the um, person struggle, and then they walk away. And then they walk away, that person is ready for recovery, and then there's no one to turn to. And that's pretty much with everything. Like, I've seen it a lot with domestic violence, and even people being bullied. They're like, well, why are you allowing yourself to be bullied? And then they get tired and they walk away, and then it just feels useless and hopeless, and recovery is very, very tricky. Okay, I will answer your questions, October. I think StreamYard is on a little bit of a lag today again. Okay, so this first part, I have a question. I hope I can find an answer, as I am 72. My brother was trans after 45. He was a well-known street shop metal fabricator and martial artist, as well as fitness instructor. Continued. Well known to many with a business in town, the impact on my son caused many problems, and my son left high school to avoid the harassment of his uncle. No substance problems. Okay, that gets tricky because as part of okay, wait, hang on. First question. So your brother is like currently your sister, like transition from male to female. The thing is, when somebody transitions, either way, okay, when somebody transitions, either way, the family and the friends have to transition as well. It's just different. There's different pronouns. There's a different kind of a gift for Christmas or a birthday. Um, everybody, when somebody transitions, everybody has to adjust. And that is the reason that a lot of people that transition do walk away from family. I mean, apart from the family's harassment and not accepting and not using pronouns and all kinds of stuff like that, they walk away sometimes just to save their family from dealing with harassment and all kinds of stuff. But the people that are causing the harassment are usually people that does not understand. They don't understand the whole situation or how the trans person feels. Hey Sunshine, good to have you here. Thank you. Hey Grizz. Not much is discovering substance abuse, and it's kind of ending in like a random chat because nobody's come up to tell their stories of how substance abuse has affected their life. But that is okay. This live, it like I said in the other live for the bullies, it doesn't matter who comes up and tells their story because at some point somebody will be ready to, and that's why I do the midweek lives. It's just random and kind of every topic, so there will be plenty of time for people to tell their stories and get it out there. And my bro from over at Discover Satanism was actually supposed to come here and come up on panel and talk about different ways of um, like getting treatment like apart from like the 12-step programs and stuff like that, but he hasn't popped in yet, so he might be busy with his family, which is totally respected and very understandable. But yeah, back to what I was saying. October, bullying and harassment does happen when somebody transitions, and it happens to a lot of their family. And I've actually known a few people that has detransitioned because the bullying and stuff was so bad on their family, even though it wasn't really that bad on them. Like people wouldn't come at them specifically, but they would go after their kids or after, parents or, like in your case with your son. And it does make life hard, but that's where the whole respect and acceptance and love and basic humanity comes into play. The people that intentionally cause harm to other people for that person's personal life choice, I mean, plain and simple, they're just a dick. Like, there is no other way to say it. Complete dick, complete asshole. Like, it's on them. So yeah, I'll drop the link again in case anybody does want to come up and tell their substance abuse stories, whether it's you personally or a loved one that was struggling, how you got them help, how somebody reached out to you to get you help, what treatment you anything at all. And yeah, with the new ones coming in, as I said earlier, the substance abuse is really hard for me, not because I have the addictions, but because I grew up seeing it. So when it comes to knowing exactly what information needs to be put out there, I mean, I can only personal experience it from one aspect of it when there's millions of aspects. So later after this live or whatever, just comment below and I will continue to do videos about this. Trying to convince your own child as well as others. X. The police department is like trying to convince me that it's okay to use cocaine daily. He said the hormones changed his body strength and his abilities. Okay, transitioning from male to female, as she did, that's not a drug use. It's not when somebody transitions from male to female, they actually lose body strength. And I mean, they can work out and, you know, regain it. Like, it's not making them to be like a weak ass or anything, but the estrogen does take down the muscle tone and stuff like that when somebody transitions to female. And when somebody transitions to male, the testosterone that they take, it does increase the muscle. It lowers the voice. It puts hair on chests. It, you know, it kind of does a lot of things that's probably not YouTube appropriate. So I won't get into that. As well as the estrogen. The estrogen has some of the. Okay, for female to male, the testosterone makes things grow, and estrogen for male to female kind of takes things away, basically. But yeah, going on hormone replacement for transition is not in the same way as a drug addiction or anything like that. And hey, Liberator, good to see you here. Thank you. Um, yeah, it's more of a basically more of a mental health aspect of it, because body dysphoria is a thing and it's horrible. I personally am doing good. I'm a little bit sick. Like, I don't know what is wrong with me. I think my asthma was acting up or something last night. So there's a link if anybody wants to come up. Got some channel creators in here now, so y'all can kind of pop up here and take over. But you know, as far as it goes with the community, a lot of the drug use that is done by the community is just a release because of the bullying and family walking away and different things like that, because of the stress that we go through daily, literally daily, no matter where we are. Being part of the community, we always risk being outed. And not everybody is like me. Like, I don't care if I'm outed at all. But it really does. It bothers a lot of people that's in the community, and they will turn towards drugs for survival, basically. But then they do get to transition, well, specifically the trans community, gay and lesbian, bi community, you know, that's a little bit different. They don't really have the out later on of being able to transition. But you know, you're living life one way and you hate it, it doesn't fit you, and you start to transition, and then you go to doctors or whatever, and then you have all these gatekeepers that's telling you that you can't do it. and that you have to do this and this and this to prove that you are who you say you are and you are how you identify. And then they keep getting turned away from everywhere. And yeah, they do lean into drugs, and it calms them. It so-called, helps them process life. But then they come across somebody that will help them get the testosterone or the estrogen or the surgeries or whatever. But then they can't do that stuff because they are drug addicted. And then they have to go through being clean and stuff. And then once they're clean again, every mental health professional and stuff, they're like, well, you're clean now, so you're good. No, we still have that underlying issue that needs to be addressed. We need this hormone replacement or a surgery or, whatever to make whoever it is comfortable. And it's like a messy situation. It really is. Like, I've actually helped a few people that had already been through recovery. So like, I didn't know them at the time of their drug use. They were already through recovery and 2, 3, 4 years into it when they wanted my help to reach out for their surgery letters. And then they sent me a couple of different emails, and basically everything was just saying, no, you're doing good in recovery, you're good. And that wasn't the case. One of them did relapse. Oh, that's all good, Liberator. Hope you're out having fun. Is there any other questions or anything? Yes, it is. Feel the love. You got quiet. I didn't think you was still in here. And my Cash App is going across the screen again. I honestly, really and truly don't expect anything. I just put it there because I know a lot of people are saying, Cash App shouldn't be up. So, kind of, there it is. But anything that does come through on Cash App, it is reverted into the homeless community, buying pizzas, socks, blankets, shampoos, just anything and everything that they are needing. I am trying to work on getting a couple of them. Well, there's a bunch of them out there. They're needing like 2 tents that they can huddle up in. So that is like my next goal for them. I think a bunch of addicts used to get out of their minds or even just a bit. Don't listen to them. If people want to donate, let them donate. Yeah, seriously. But no, like, this channel is 100% about helping other people. And that's literally all I do. Even when I don't have a certain topic that I'm like working on, I'm backing up and helping like somebody with a domestic violence or a bullying situation or a racism situation or social justice. I do a lot of translating for people. Like, I'm trying to get on with the Innocence Project to do some translating and stuff with them. And as a counselor for the Trevor Project, and like I have a lot of behind the scene things that I do that is to help. Homelessness is a serious issue. It really is. And being homeless, one thing that I mean, I've been helping the homeless for like years. Like it's not something just new because of this channel or anything. But I would be doing some research on like domestic violence, and I would come across somebody saying that they're homeless because they left their partner, exactly like the whole sane insane situation. She is currently homeless because she left a situation. She left the situation to save her life and to better herself. But in order to do that, she is currently living in her car. And I've come across so many situations like that. And families that bully family members, they leave and they're homeless. They're trying to better themselves. They're trying to get out. A whole bunch of veterans are homeless after they have served our country. Police officers, lawyers, like ex-judges. Nobody is immune from being homeless at all. It does not matter what situation somebody is currently living in right now, no matter how good it is. Next month, it could be a whole other story. Who cares? We don't have like community help around here. For example, Salvation Army. Okay. They do the angel tree and stuff like that around Christmas time. Not this past Christmas, but year before, I went to them for the angel tree. They told me they only serve traditional families. Okay, I'm not traditional. I never claimed to be. I hate labels, whatever. So I found a LGBTQ community that provides Christmas gifts for children's, and we got them on that. So I'm thinking, well, if I'm being turned away because of my lifestyle, simply put, never been in jail, all this stuff, like great home health work. If I'm being turned away for all the good that I have done, then who else is being turned away? Like something has to change. And then we got below 25-degree wind chill. And I called every single church in this town, and not one of them would open up their doors for the homeless community to even go in and sleep on the pews. And some of them have their own sleeping bags and stuff. It's not like they would have had to provide a ton of blankets or whatever. They just would not open their doors. We had a couple of little mom and pop stores around here that actually cleaned out their storage room and moved their product for storage into the main part of the store and let a few of them line up their sleeping bags in the back room. But that's like literally all the help that I could get for them in negative 25 wind chill weather. So yeah, this is a very, very huge goal that I am totally dedicated to. But I always go out there. I always take them, pizzas or sandwich stuff or socks, toothbrushes, whatever. I give them a ride up to the truck stop where they can go in and take a shower. And people's always telling me I shouldn't waste my time, but I do not in any way see it as a waste of time. Yeah, but Grizz, when do we say enough is enough? How do we get people to understand that enough is enough? Very true, Maria. You're not wasting your time when you show love. That's what it's all about, love and respect. That's exactly what you're going to have to do. Who cares? Like, it's sad. It really is. It's sad that we can't get a community to stand behind, the little people that is trying to make a difference. A lot of the organizations and stuff, they don't want people just to come in off the streets and offer their help, but then they'll post a newspaper how they need volunteers. But then you go into volunteer, and if you don't stand up to what they think you should be to join their community or their organization, they just won't let you help. Like, there is so many issues with organizations and stuff that are there to help that don't actually help. Like, oh my god, that series would literally be like 3 weeks long. I have so much information on that kind of stuff. October, that's exactly how it is for a lot of people. And we can Google any search whatsoever, and there will be a ton of people, or a ton of links or whatever that you can click on, get help here. But then you click on it and it's, well, we will help you if not, we will help you. And that's why I'm very, very picky at the links that I put on my community page. Because if I don't know them, I will actually call them and I will talk to them. I will either talk to them like as somebody seeking that service, or if they have like a lot of good reviews and stuff, I will just call them and tell them that I'm doing research. But I have called a few links and I was like, there is no way that I am promoting this. Like, no way whatsoever. And they're like high up on the Google searches and stuff. And I'm like, they're not helping people. That's exactly how I started. Who cares? That is exactly when I would get paid, I would just go to like the Dollar Tree and get toothbrushes and toothpaste, or go to the dollar store and get like a $5 package of socks. And when you take stuff like that out to the community, if you don't have enough for everybody, they do share. Like, the homeless community is always amazing. Like, you can find so much love and comfort in a homeless community that it will totally bring you to tears. Like, they are simply amazing. Like, I have an Amazon link up on my channel to help support the homeless community, and it's got like a tent on it, and I don't know, just pillows and a few different things. That I have a video I did about it explaining why I got the Amazon link up. But it's like people see, they want to help, and then they see the links, and then, oh, I'll get to that later or whatever. And by putting that link up, I will at some point buy them that tent. I will buy them a generator for them to charge their government phone so they can continue putting out applications. I will eventually get that one, or the couple of them, their bikes that they need, um, for when they do have their odd jobs and stuff. I will do this at some point, but it is to encourage other creators, other people. You see something going on in your community. It doesn't matter which community you are in or a community in general. Create an Amazon list and put it out there. Give it to other creators, to put on their walls, because you never know when something is going to be purchased. It's just like the Amazon list for Sane Insane, to try to help her get into that apartment, and for her non-binary blanket. It's up. It's going to stay up, because at some point she may get the assistance. The link is on the community page. Probably a few links back. Um, I don't know. I know it's on the community page, and I'm not sure if I put it under the video in the comments of the under the video. Yeah, in the comments under the video or not. But yeah, Sane Insane is one that I'm very passionate about working with, and not because she's part of my community, but because she is a nurse and I have the home health background. So we relate on that. Because of the HIPAA and stuff like that, we can actually talk back and forth about our patients, not the medical and, each, this person suffers from whatever, but just the, we are dealing with these patients kind of, talk. So we get on that level. Plus, I also work at a store. So, we can complain about stocking and stuff like that, or customers with orders. And then we have the whole community aspect and stuff, and the fact that she is homeless. And the ones that heard me tell her story on the last live, I mean, she's been through a lot. I've actually thought about becoming an LLC, but out of all the freaking research that I do for all of these other topics and everything that I literally research for, be it college or this video or whatever, I have not researched that. Like, I haven't. That's awesome, Sarah. You too, October. That is great. I love to see stories of people reaching out for their community. Like, it's amazing. There's so much good that can be done. And when we start working with like the homeless, for example, that opens up so many doors to help people with so many other issues. They may be homeless, but there is an underlying issue. I've helped veterans get into counseling. The counselor has helped them get benefits. One of them, he was supposed to have been awarded a medal or something for his service, but he never received the medal. And that was his underlying issue. And he started drinking, he started doing drugs, he ended up homeless, his family left him. So I was just sitting out talking to him one day, and he mentioned it, and I was like, huh, okay. And I was thinking, yeah, me, what am I going to do about, like, how can I help him? And I ended up talking to another veteran that I know. He's a regular customer that comes into my store, and he gave me a phone number to somebody that I needed to call. And then when I called them, they're like, well, the next time you're out with this person, put them on the phone so that we can get like all their military background and stuff, like their unit or whatever they were in. And within like a month and a half, he had his medal. And I actually seen him the other day dressed in a tuxedo. He was going to his granddaughter's wedding. So that is one of the major success stories. And I mean, I didn't do it. Like, I'm not saying I'm taking credit for it. He did it. I just put him in touch with somebody that could help him. and now he has his little efficiency apartment, and he had enough to go and buy a used tuxedo that that was that man's world because he was walking down that aisle with her and attending her wedding. And then there were some other birthday parties and stuff that you know family turned their back on him, but then when he got back up on his feet, family was kind of right back there. And as wrong as I think that is, I'm just happy for him. That's a good idea, Sarah. I think I'm actually going to start doing something like that. um I'm gonna see, because my kids do homeschool. So I'm thinking about seeing if some of the homeschool parents can come together and do something like that, and then have like a field trip kind of day or whatever, and let all of our homeschool kids go and either hang them in trees or put them on benches. Or I mean, I know where the homeless communities are, so I kind of know which area to direct it in for some things for them to find a surprise. But we do have some people just living back alley and stuff like that. That's also not living in a community environment. Yeah, I had noticed that too. Like, catch all the cells and stuff, and catch all the cells and just store it up until my boss is going to end up driving me insane. Yeah, I have one of those kind of bosses. But see, I actually do that a lot too. The female products, out at the community that I deliver things to, um, a couple months ago, this one lady that she always comes up to the car to get the pizza or sandwiches or chips or whatever I'm taking out there. And she doesn't come up to like just get the stuff, but she's always like one of the first ones there at my window to, tell me about her dog or, what she found on the side of the road or something like that. And she was just like setting off in the side on the side, and she wasn't coming up to me. So I got out of the car and I walked over there to her, and I'm like, come on now, you know me, what's going on? And she just ducked her head, and I'm like, no, seriously, what's going on? And she's like, I need to go somewhere and take a shower. And I'm like, okay, hop in the car, let's go. I've dropped you off at the truck stop before, it's no big deal. And she's like, I can't, I'll get your car dirty. And I'm like, okay, number one, I am totally not worried about that. Like, that does not bother me one bit. If I'm here, if this is how I can help, we'll do it. Well, another guy come up and he handed me a trash bag, and he said, just put this on your seat and she'll get in. And it was because of that. And I ended up taking her to the store and got her some products and stuff. And it's like, I don't know, she is just so sweet. Like, I can't get her to tell me her story though. I can't get her to open up. I will. I will. Like, I have faith in me. I will get her to open up, but it's hard. And when they can't get stuff like that for themselves, and then it embarrasses them, and then they really don't want to reach out for help, and it's just sad. It's all around sad, but it's amazing. The feeling is just amazing to be able to work with them. Yeah, October. See, this town here is pretty small. I mean, it's not like super small. We have like, I don't know, like 25 churches, if not more. A few banks, couple of $3 stores, Dollar General. We have a big variety of stuff around us, but it's so small for the fact that nobody wants to help. Like, the actual helping community is very, very small. I don't know. I'll have to look. But yeah, I do. I provide stuff like that too now. I mean, I personally didn't think about it until I had that experience with her. But I'm like, you're over here upset and embarrassed because of something that is so natural, and I can literally help you. And so now I do keep that on my mind. Yeah, trafficking is a big issue. I just did my community post and stuff a while back over that trafficking incident that we had right outside where I work. And they processed all the drugs and stuff, and not one thing has been mentioned about the human trafficking aspect of it. Like, it's not really been in papers. Local town has talked, but it is not getting out there. Like, they are keeping the human trafficking part so wrapped up tight that it's just crazy. And they'll talk about all the drugs and everything that they process, but the guy that works over there, he was literally in the store yesterday buying stuff and talking about how he was over there watering the plants. So they made that bust. They rescued humans that they will not talk about. They talk about the $40,000 of processed marijuana and who knows how much unprocessed. And they left the plants growing in the back. The churches around here just won't do that, Sarah. Like, I don't know what it is. And I mean, it's not just me, that, like, the fact that I am not of that group and going into a church and talking to them. Like, yeah, they may be hesitant to help me because they know they can't convert me. Like, I get that. I respect that. But I do have friends that are Christians and attend these churches that has also brung it up in church meetings. And like, the churches, they always have like this huge ass dinner every Sunday. Like, every church here except for like two of them, they have a huge dinner every Sunday for their congregation. And I have even asked if I can go and bring my own containers to pick up the leftover that they have, and they told me no. See, October, there is a lot of churches that do that. I'm not like bashing churches and stuff. Like, I hope nobody's taking this the wrong way. I'm not bashing churches in any way. There is a lot of them out there that will do good. But the ones that we have here, like every single one of them, I will call them out because I asked them to open their doors for the homeless with negative 25-degree wind chill, snow on the ground, still sleeting, and every one of them had an excuse on why they couldn't. And it wasn't like I can't drive there to open the door because it was so much snow. It was, well, I don't feel comfortable with doing this, or I don't think our congregation would allow us to do this. It was stuff like that, every single one of them. That is amazing that you have that there in your area. It really is. At some point, I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I will end up getting a couple of churches like totally involved in this. Hey King, how you doing? We're just sitting here discussing, well, it's supposed to be substance abuse, and it kind of got over to the homeless community and LGBTQIA community, and now we're kind of back on homeless. So it's basically a random chat. That is amazing, Sarah, that you have somebody that will help you do that. There is one dollar store here that one time that the manager's no longer there though. Like, she didn't get fired or anything. She actually just moved states when she got married. But she would call me right before she was fixing to put out some of like the broken items and stuff that they didn't ever return to where they got it. They just set it back outside. So she would, hey Alice. So she would like call me and tell me that she was fixing to put some stuff outside. It was like, half empty shampoo bottles and stuff like that. But stuff like that is like so helpful. It really is. It's very, very helpful. And unfortunately, she's not in this town anymore. So she's not able to help with that. But I'm dropping the link in case anybody else wants to come up. We are still discussing the substance abuse and addiction. Like, it leads to homelessness. So it's kind of at this point a random chat. But if anybody does want to come up and tell their substance abuse stories of how they went through recovery or how they can't find resources for recovery or family member situations or anything, um, it's open panel. Just please do not porn bomb me. Like, I am so not wanting to see anything. And I really don't want this live to have to be privated for something like that, because there is a lot of good information in here that could help people. Yeah, you see, that happened here too, October. Like, everything closes down, and you're like, we need this assistance. Like, where else are we going to go? And I mean, I get it, kind of, safety reasons and stuff, but being safe all the time is just not always an option, especially when it comes to helping people. But y'all keep talking and chat for just a second. I'm gonna run to the fridge and grab my other drink. I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. No, I don't know if I was having trouble with my asthma last night or if it was the MS or whatever, but breathing trouble, and then I don't know, sore throat, and I just kind of feel like crap today. But yeah, see, I've heard so many different did many people in many different ways, and when a lot of those places closed, they were struggling even more. That is very, very true. Another relative of mine belonged to an upscale church that ran a homeless program. It was at a particular time of the year they took men homeless into the church to sleep, eat. Only men supervised. You see, if we had anything like that, like if they wanted to separate the men and the women, I mean, I'm personally not up for a separation. Like, I believe men and women can, you know, be in a room together and be civil to each other and, not make remarks and all that stuff. But it's just like we have nothing available here. And I really wish, I kind of want to get a list from all of y'all, like, and, you know, take out like a survey or something of churches, like, worldwide. It doesn't actually have to just be here in the States, but get a list of churches that actually do help people and make a copy of that list and then take it to every church in this town. And then just be like, look, if these people can do it, you can too. Because something is going to have to click with these people around here at some point. Yeah, I'm going to have to figure out how to do all that. I'm still new to this StreamYard thing. I mean, like, I finally figured out banners and how to put people on panel, so you know, I feel like it's a win-win. And I think that this channel, I don't know, it's always gonna have a basis for domestic violence, bullies, and homelessness. Like, I have a feeling that no matter what subject that I have per week, I have a feeling that every chat is going to lead back to that because simply it's something that I'm passionate about and most of the people that is here is passionate about. But that's okay. It's all about bringing awareness, and any topic needs awareness. So I'm okay with however these chats end up turning out. You really are, Sarah, because there's a lot of places. I mean, it's not just here. Like, I have people emailing me all the time, literally all the time, asking me for resources and suggestions for anything that is not church related in their area because they've already been through the church process and they have not received help. So the fact that churches are, collecting money and doing all this stuff that they're supposed to be doing to help the community and then they don't, like, it's an actual issue. So the ones that do have it there in their towns, like where you know where to go to, you know who to talk to, and you know that you get that help, that alone is like a huge blessing because so many other people, we just don't have that option in our towns. Yeah, see, Maria, like, that's exactly what I'm saying. Like, I end up helping a lot of people because they can't get help from their church. And that's with them even being part of their church. They still can't get help. They can't get help to, like, pay a utility bill or something that's going to be cut off. Yeah, it has. It's been very dramatic. And not only dramatic, but also traumatic. But oh, hey, Jimbo. I didn't see you pop in there. You're sneaking around. How's my puppy doing? That's actually happened a lot, October. I've known quite a few people that have had to do that, and a couple of them. I had a couple of people that was emailing me. They were both in the same state, but different locations. And oh, little puppies. But okay, I'm totally sidetracked on my little puppy there. I'm sorry, guys, but he is so worth it. Um, that they were both basically in the same field of work, and they were both the same gender, and there is just a lot of commonalities between them. So I'm like, hey, like, I think this person can be a support person for you, and vice versa. And we ended up doing a three-way like text chat thing, and they ended up moving in together. One had two girls and one had one little girl, and I talked to them the other day just to kind of check up on their situation, and they are like doing amazing. So people do come together. People do help each other. Yes, we do, October. I need like daily pictures of my little guy. Yes, your whole live tonight, Jimbo, has to be dedicated to puppy pictures. Like, you should just do a 24-hour a day live stream of puppy cam. That would that would just like totally rule my world. Like, that little puppy. I already know he's like going to be like super amazing. Nothing has ever owned my soul until this puppy come into my life. Like, y'all just don't even know. Like, y'all really just don't even know. I'm serious, Jimbo. Puppy camp 24/7. You would get so many views. Oh, and Cash Apps. You gotta keep your Cash App up. Puppy Cam Cash App. Like, there you go. A whole new series that you can do. You would really be surprised, but I bet you a ton of people would be watching that. But I am going to. Yeah, you see, puppies. Now this whole chat has went to puppy vision. Like that. That's it. See, Jimbo? Puppy Cam Cash App. There you go. 24/7 stream. You would get hours. Yeah, you would just make it. You would totally survive off that puppy cam. But I am fixing to have to actually close this out, as much as I do not really want to. But my boss is apparently unable to run the store that he owns. So, oh, they are getting big. And they're so fluffy. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna have little puppies floating around in my brain all day now. But yeah, um, I'm gonna have to close out. Apparently, we are out of to-go boxes. We are out of lids for the cups. We are out of shredded cheese at the store, and everything that the boss is literally supposed to provide, I now have to go to town to get. The town next to me at the health department, they take donations of food and do certain holiday gifts for a list of people. They have emergency bags for things like fire, flood. See, that's amazing. That is amazing. We literally have nothing like that here. Nothing. I've even tried to go up to like the fire department and interview them to see, if we could bring awareness to the things that fire departments do that is not actually related to putting out fires. Because I know they have like the car seat programs and stuff like that. They don't even do that here. They don't. They just don't do it. They say that they do it, but they don't do it. We do have the Meals on Wheels program here. A lot of my clients and stuff have used that. But it takes a lot to actually get into that program here. But yeah, y'all can keep the comments coming in the section below the video. If there's any information that anybody needs on substance abuse that I have not done a video over, feel free to comment on that. I will research, I will post a video, I will put that information out there. Anybody wanting any other topics covered or anything next week, starting tonight, I'm going to start doing videos on ancient medicines and how we got to where we are today. With that, it's like it's a ton of information, and some's light, some's dark, kind of teaching us what not to do in medicine and stuff like that. So I think that will be kind of a lighter topic, and we will still hold the midweek chat for domestic violence, bullies, all of it, pretty much kind of like we did it with this one. So, yeah, any topics or anything like that, just better than football helmets. Yeah, funny. I'm still gonna get my daughter a driver's ed helmet. Like I'm really going to do that. Like that's totally a thing now. But okay, that helmet comment. Damn it. You did that on purpose. Anyway, back on track now. This week the videos are going to be ancient medicine and how we got to where we are today, kind of just to lighten it up. Anybody on any video can drop a topic that they want. I may throw in other topics while I'm doing this one. It's just kind of to give everybody a break from all the traumatic experiences that we deal with, and me mentally, like doing all the research. I can do a 5-minute video, but that's literally like 2 days of research. Like I start researching stuff way before the topic even begins, and then I continue researching during the topic, and sometimes even after the topic, and then that'll lead me to another kind of traumatic topic. So I'm researching like 5 or 6 different traumatic topics while I'm doing a series on one topic. So I need this mental break for this week. So we're just going to talk about ancient medicine and how we got today, and when, like ancient Egypt and their surgeries and stuff that they were doing before it was even a thing. Just kind of chill and have a different aspect. But just because I'm not covering a serious topic, it does not mean that I am not still here for your serious topic. You can always email me. I will put my email here right now in chat. And I do answer emails. I will send out resources, links, whatever, for your personal situation. And I do not discuss things that are said to me in email unless I am asked to kind of, bring it out to light, but then I still wouldn't give your name or anything. And okay. Yeah, I think that's the right one. Yeah, okay. So the email posted. Feel free to reach out. Any advice, any suggestions, anything, you can email me. But I am going to go ahead and close this because the grandbabies are leaving, and grandbabies and puppies, you always gotta love them before they leave. So I will talk to y'all next time.